This past weekend it was the Changsha Wangchen International Triathlon. So this race takes place in Changsha, which is in the Hunan province in China. So not somewhere that has a big international reputation, but they can put on a great event. So the race is a modified Olympic distance. So it's a 1,500 meter swim, a 50-kilometer bike, and then a 10-kilometer run that finishes up just behind me. This was a second-year event, and I've been fortunate to get to race it both years. And from year to year, it's been really interesting to see firsthand the growth of the sport here in China. Something that gets talked about a lot in the West is the way that China is one of those big emerging opportunity markets for triathlon. And having been here firsthand in 2018 and then again this year, it's something that I can say is very real. First, you see it in the participation numbers. So in 2018, I don't know exactly how many athletes they had racing, but I'd guess it was somewhere between 400 and 600, whereas this year it was much closer to 1,000. So there's a lot more athletes on the start line. Second, you see it in the equipment that the athletes have. So in 2018, it was much more of a bring what you have type event. So there were some athletes that had TT bikes, but there was a lot of mountain bikes or just city cruising type bikes. So it seemed like a lot more people who were doing their first race, whereas this year you had a lot of people who had really high-end TT bikes from brands that we would know in North America. And third, you really saw it in the quality of the local athletes. So in 2018, there was a few really standout, really strong local athletes, but you could see that it just wasn't a sport that was really common to people. Whereas in 2019, there were a lot more athletes towards the front of the race, and you really had the full gamut from athletes competing for their age group wins all the way back to people who were just struggling to make the cutoff. So you had a lot more people who really seemed to be focused on triathlete as their sport. It's been really great to see firsthand the way that triathlon is growing here in China, and it's something that I hope that they can continue moving forward. And even in the West, hopefully that there's some lessons that we can pick up from the way that they've been able to really spur growth here in China. So thanks a lot for checking out this week's video. If you like what you see, you can click the subscribe button down below. And until next time, happy training!
Oh, this you crazy mother!